I am now, this is David Gauthier. I am now going in to sign the paperwork, sign in for my court case, and now I am going to ask them for the information that I need. So, here I come. Yes, ma'am, I need to sign in. No, ma'am, I'm here also. I need to find out, I need the arrest reports on the pertaining cases that are. Alright, and now I need to know for the oath of offices as well.
You have to request that in writing again, sir.
Okay?
You can sign in, then you'll need to fill this out for the chief. Right?
Okay, and actually I can ask for that on response.
No, sir, you cannot.
By law, by federal law, I can ask for the oath of offices, and it has to be given to me.
You need to request it in writing. If you have a problem with that, you're welcome to have a seat. I'll see if the chief's available for you. I know.
Because they have,
You may fill that out. If you have a problem, you can have a seat. I'll see if the chief can speak to you, sir, okay?
alright. They're saying that I need to fill out a request for oath of office and a request form for my police reports. So I'm going to do the request right now under duress, and you'll see what's going on from there. They're going to try to talk to the captain about coming out and speaking to me on this matter. So under duress, ID ALLEN GAUTHIER. Okay. And phone number is 802-476 5674. Okay. 1 Morin Road, Barry, Vermont 05641, and it's asking me for incident number request. See note below. If the case number is unknown, please provide the date and the name of parties involved. Okay. Now, let's see. I am looking for the case number of okay, case numbers 13V 1030. Okay, and now other one. Case number 13V7559E and 13V3017A. How you doing? And now these are the orders that I'm going through, and I have one more, which is 13V001. And now I'm going to return this in and see what they're going to do for me. To the case, victim,
Breathalyzer. Do you have a tube though?
reason for request. It says reason for request is case see Rich. Thank you. Now, okay, thank you. What is that for, ma'am?
That's not for you.
Oh.
That's for the lady that's inside.
Okay.
Hold on, Bill.
Did you happen to ask him for me?
I did ask to see if he's on the phone at the moment. Right there behind you.
Okay. Officer.
What's up, David?
Yes, sir. I need the police reports for the cases pending on me.
Okay.
Um,
You get those
they're-
through discovery through the SA's office.
Well, I was told to get them through the police department because that's who did the report.
No, they're part of discovery through the state's attorney's office.
It's
So
part.
your counsel, whoever's representing you, or if you're representing yourself, should make a request through the state's attorney's office, and I believe it's Megan Campbell who's got your case through the state's attorney's
Okay, and I was wondering about the oath of office, if I can get the oath of office.
As I told you, brother, I don't have them done yet, and when they are done, they won't be from me. They'll be on file at the clerk's office.
I understand it, but they said that they have within 5 days to produce the oath of offices, or they could be brought up on charges of false impersonating an officer.
Well, I don't believe that's true.
It is.
And I
I've done
know
the
you're
research.
recording me, David?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I am.
So, like I told your brother, most people didn't even know the oath of offices were there. I had to go find an oath because there is no format. So once I have everybody sign it, they'll be on file at the city clerk's office, which is what the requirement says. I don't know anything about a 5-day rule. I'll go back and check on that for you.
Right. Well, I've researched this myself
Okay.
online and everything, and I needed to ask another question about is there another Sergeant S. Kirkpatrick that works for you?
Troy Kirkpatrick.
Troy
He
Kirkpatrick.
is the sergeant. He works here. Yes.
Okay, and he's the only one with that name that works here.
Troy Kirkpatrick. There's only one Troy Kirkpatrick that I know.
Okay, because last night I did some research, and there's some civil rights violations against the man. That they have a federal case pending on the man and several other officers through this facility. I seen it last night on
Okay.
public document,
Okay.
and I was wondering how I could go by getting the actual report on
Whatever
that.
court that you found those documents, you would go to that court to get those documents.
Okay, and
One of the protections that we have is I wouldn't release documents to you about a pending court action.
well, that's my right as a sovereign citizen.
What did I just tell you? I would not release documents to you without on a pending court action. If you have documents that you believe were filed in court, you can make a public records request to the court that you believe they were filed in.
All right. So, how much? This has been over 2 months about the oath of office, though, sir. And
Well, I don't know that it's been 2 months, and like I told your brother when he came in and talked to me, I've taken my oath of office 3-4 times. I've never seen a paper document of it. I called around. I found one community that had a paper document, and the rest didn't. The site that your brother gave me is not the site that requires oath of office. It took me over 3 weeks to find what he was referring to, because what you and Ed say you saw, Dave, is not the part that requires the oath of office. I actually had to have an attorney find it for me, and I've developed that oath, and we're going to get it covered. It's not done today. When it is done, you can get it through the city manager or through the city clerk's office. It's that simple. Okay?
all right. Well, I'll see what I can do as far as that. But like they said, it's by law, by constitutional law that
David,
they have
I'm not here to get.
I'm not trying to argue with you, sir. I was just
a long-winded, recorded conversation about what your interpretation of the constitutional law is, or you as a sovereign citizen. I'm telling you 2 things. They're not done yet. They will be done, and when they are, you can get them through the city clerk's office. Regarding anything you found about alleged public documents that are filed in court, you can get those through the court.
Okay.
Your documents for the cases that you have with the state's attorney's office should be part of discovery. If you have an issue with that discovery, you should bring that to the prosecuting attorney through your counsel. They should request of me whether or not they have everything.
okay.
And that's been done with your brother. So these are the exact same conversations I've had with your brother.
Right, but my
Okay.
brother is a different story from me because we both have the same similar cases, but this is on for me.
But David, I know that you coming in here and recording our conversation is as a result of your involvement with your brother, because your line of questions are exactly the same. So it's not like it's different or that you guys haven't talked.
But I haven't talked with my brother. I heard this through meetings because we are part of the Republic, and we have phone meetings, and this has been said on the phone.
So with regards to the information you have, if you have a concern over, if you, not your brother,
Mhm.
if you, sir, have a concern over discovery issues regarding your pending cases, those need to go either through your counsel, if you have counsel, or through yourself, if you're representing yourself,
Right,
into the prosecuting attorney. I believe in your case it's Megan Campbell.
right.
If there's an issue there, Megan should help address it, and that's the proper channel for that.
Okay,
Regarding the oath of office, like I said, it took 3 weeks for me to even find, because what your brother had told me, which I'm sure is what came out in the meetings you're referring to, isn't the requirement for an oath of office. I found it. It's in another part, another section. It had nothing to do with what Ed sent me, David.
so you're saying that you don't have to produce oath of office?
I don't have to produce it to you. It has
You
to,
actually do. It's federal law.
I don't have, from what I have been able to find, contrary to what your brother has read, because what your brother told me and sent me for information was not what the oath of office requires. The oath of office requires it to be filed with the city clerk's office.
Okay,
That's
now
what I found.
the
I
last
found
question.
Nothing, Ed, David, that requires me to carry around a piece of paper that I have to present to you upon request.
Right,
Nothing.
you don't have to carry. You might not have to carry it with you, but it has to be in the facility to where
No, the
if.
requirement, sir, is for the city clerk's office.
Okay, now the last question before I leave is: do you know how much longer it's going to be before we can get these off
I had
office?
to research it, I had to find an oath and tweak it, and now I've got to get 20-something officers to sign it.
Okay.
It'll probably be a week or so.
Okay, now what about just the arresting officers that were at my house illegally?
That's your interpretation that they were there illegally.
They didn't have no warrant to come in my house. There was none signed by no judge. We've already done that research, sir.
David, I'm not going to get into a pissing match with you out here in the hallway, whether officers were there, not there legally or not. You have ways of remedying that. This conversation in this hallway isn't it.
Okay, now this is the last thing. I put in for my police reports. How long will it be before I get them?
What police reports did you put in for?
On my cases that's pending right now.
Those are the ones that I just told you. You have pending cases at the state's attorney's office. Those are part of discovery. You should go through the discovery there.
Okay, then why do I have to fill out a paper? Why did I have to?
You should be able to go through discovery with the state's attorney's office.
Because she just told me I had to fill out a paper to get my police reports from here.
For closed cases, there's a system in place for police reports, okay? And that is, people come in, they fill that document out, whether it's an accident or a burglary, etc. For pending cases where people are the defendant, there's a system in place called discovery. That's through the state's attorney's office.
Okay.
Where the state's attorney's office provides documents to you and evidence to you, whether it's statements or photos, etc. That is part of their obligation as prosecuting attorneys. On your end, there's a whole discovery request thing that's part of the court action. You don't need to come in here and file a request for cases on pending litigation that you have with the state's attorney's office.
Oh.
So your pending charges in those cases, if that's all you're looking for, you should get those through the state's attorney's office.
Okay, now I know that there's been supposedly cases that on the same matter that happened a while back, right? I don't know if it's still pertaining to this. It's still the same kind of case. It's the same case, but I don't know if it was closed out or not. But I was wondering if you could research and find that for me.
I think the best way to do that, because those may or may not, if they do exist, may or may not have bearing on your pending charges. And
But they do, because it's of the victim.
Can you let me finish?
Yes, sir.
Okay. They may or may not have bearing on your pending charges, and that is something that you can also make through a discovery request with Megan Campbell. And if they do have we send them to Megan, she makes copies. And what this is in place for is to make sure that there's a system in place that defendants get all the documents and stuff for their cases, and that both parties have those documents. That's what you need to do.
Okay. Now, is there any way you can give me her information so I can contact
Megan
her?
Campbell? Sure.
Yes, sir.
It's 479-4220.
Okay, hold on.
I give you papers.
47. That's all right.
Okay.
9
4220.
4220.
Yeah,
Okay.
and that's state's attorney's office.
Okay, state's attorneys. Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
And that's the system in place. So save yourself money in filling out paperwork. Make that request as a discovery request
Yes, sir.
through Megan's office.
Okay.
And you'll be all set.
But even as a paying, it says you have to pay, but
You
by
won't have to
constitution.
pay through Megan's office.
Right, I wouldn't have to pay for that. I shouldn't have to pay through here either by constitutional law, but that's besides the point. I will do more research on that and get
Okay.
back to you.
Okay,
But thank you, I appreciate that.
no problem.
Yep.